Hi, I'm Darrell,
And I'm Elia.
and we are Black Nerdy Scholars. 2026.
Oh my god.
2026.
We're
Yay.
live.
I can't wait to
Yay.
miswrite that. Actually, no, I'm not going to miswrite that. I realize that outside of, like, I don't write the date on stuff.
Yeah, when you're
as
not writing
much,
essays, you're not
like-
really writing the date.
Yeah, but I guess, but people date shit in real jobs,
True.
right?
I guess we don't have real jobs for real.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't needed to write down the date. Like, I guess I sign stuff, but I feel like I don't sign that much stuff.
Yeah.
Should I be signing
especially-
more shit?
I also feel like perhaps a lot of stuff is digitally signed now, which is sort of auto-enforce the
Totally.
date. So
Yeah, and I could just, it's in the corner of the screen usually.
yeah.
I'm trying to think, I've definitely had to write things, but yeah, no, you're right. I just, the feeling of accidentally writing the wrong year feels
For like the
a-
first 6 months of the year is not really
Yeah, 6 months is a
same
lot.
problem. Okay,
The first
that was an
half of the
overestimate.
year,
Okay,
it
maybe
takes
the
you
first
half a year.
quarter.
Sure.
Quarter of the year. First 3 months.
But even just the language of quarter, I associate it with school, and I
Yeah.
feel like people that work real jobs don't.
It's always wild as someone who's been in school for so long when we just regard summer break differently than how
Yeah.
people with jobs think of it.
Yeah.
There's no summer break when
They
you're
don't have a summer
on a
break.
real
Isn't that
job.
crazy?
Yeah,
They just have to keep going to work, and
I
I'm
can't lie.
like,
That's part of why I wanted to stay in academia at first because I'm like, well, at least I'll have the summers off and winter, a winter break and stuff, and I can
yeah, no,
take
that definitely was a part of my reasoning as well. I liked the schedule, and it was easier than finding a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't it wild that most of our reasoning was like based in how we can get away from the job potentially?
Yeah, I
Our
mean, but it's like
reasons
based
for
in how we
wanting
can
it.
get away from capitalism in a way.
True.
Like, I don't want to sell my labor, a labor that I hate.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. But I'm glad we're doing this. I like this.
This is
This
fun.
is fun.
Yeah.
This is fun. I don't
I
want
don't
to say
dread
it's.
recording.
I don't
and
dread
stuff.
it. I don't dread it. There is like a little bit of Sunday scary, I guess, just before recording, where it's like, gotta get
Gotta
my
get in that
rhyme right for
mindset.
the camera. People are
Mhm.
gonna see this potentially. And so like there's a little bit of that, but no, this is great. I'm glad we're doing this, and I can't wait to do it more.
Yeah.
I don't know where
keeps
it's going, but
great.
yeah. How was did you have any New Year's plans? How was New Year's over there for you?
It was chill. I originally was gonna go to a bar, but it's been pouring rain since I
Yeah.
got back, which is not very California of
Yeah.
California. But
How
whatever.
dare they?
Yeah, stop it. Just kidding. We need rain really bad. There'd be droughts
Yeah.
and shit.
It's
and
snowed
fires
here.
and shit.
It snowed here a bunch.
Wow. Oh yeah, I
in
saw
fact-
your TikTok.
Yeah.
Snow.
There's like a travel advisory out because it was such heavy blizzarding. And there was like a 40-car pileup on the highway.
Shit.
But hold on. That sounds a lot scarier than it actually was. It's like 40 cars in a row, most of which got into a fender bender.
Okay,
But
okay.
definitely, at least I'm sure some people got hurt. I didn't look too much into it because I
I'm
was
guessing
like,
no one
"Man, this is
died."
crazy." I'm guessing no one died because it wasn't that kind of alarm from
Yeah.
the few like blurbs I saw about it.
That's
Yeah.
good. See,
Yeah. So you said you were gonna go to a bar, and instead
Yeah.
you
I gamed for like 8 hours straight because I bought a bunch
Dude.
of games in my Steam library.
what were you playing?
So I played The Amazing Spider-Man, the remaster version.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have to
yeah.
say,
Wait,
I
the
really like-
Amazing Spider-Man?
oh shit, no, wait.
Spider-Man Spider-Man PS4?
Yeah.
The one
I
with
don't
Yuri
know what it's
Lowenthal?
called.
It's called Spider-Man, but
Okay.
I'm pretty sure everyone calls it Spider-Man PS4. It's Spider-Man
Okay.
PS4, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2.
Okay, I see now. Okay, yeah, I was
Yes.
playing the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I appreciate how the leveling works in that game.
Yeah. I think
Because-
that's a great game. I love that game.
Yeah. there's 4 levels. You got, I don't remember what the first one is, but then you have friendly, amazing, and ultimate or something.
Like the difficulty levels.
Yeah, the
Yeah, yeah,
difficulty
yeah, yeah,
level.
yeah.
Yes, because I felt like I was able to pick a level that challenged me enough, but not too much to where I was struggling to like learn the mechanics as I go along.
Mm-hmm.
So it gave me enough of a challenge to where, because I want to still be able to die. I don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
completely immune to battle.
Yeah.
But like it was like the enemies weren't hard enough to the point that I was struggling balancing me learning the mechanics, since I haven't played a PlayStation game since I was little.
Uh-huh.
So, learning all the keys and buttons and whatnot, but still being able to like learn combos and practice combos on the enemies. So I'm like, wow, this leveling is really great. I heard God of War has similar kind of
Yeah.
4 levels or
That's
whatever.
I want to say that's kind of the standard now for that kind of
Oh,
action RPG, like
that's
this
cool.
like the 5 tiers of difficulty. At least for like PlayStation studios. It's
I
not
think
the
so.
same for like FromSoft, like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, that they don't
Hmm.
have difficulty levels. And a lot of people get really weird when it comes to setting the difficulty.
Oh, really? Say more.
Yeah, because like in when there is a selection, some people approach it as if like I have to put this on the hardest, otherwise it's not worth it. And like
Huh.
more power to you. If you like that, go off. That's totally fine. But I do feel like there's a little bit of like I feel like in that need, there's a little bit of judgment, or I don't know, maybe
Hmm. Oh
that's
yeah.
probably just me. That's just me.
No,
Um,
I could definitely see, especially in like the gamer sphere, where it's like, oh, you didn't win with a high enough level. You're
yeah.
not a real gamer.
Yeah, like that's how it feels, or maybe it's just trauma from when I was a teenager. But
I do find a lot of masculine, especially like masculine gaming spaces. I think there's like an egotism, perhaps, or
yeah.
which
Well, I
you're not
mean,
gonna find it.
a
Yeah.
lot of the hobby is about ego. Like
Hmm.
half of it is competition, half of it is competitive
Yeah.
games, and even when you're doing things by yourself, it's easy to make it competitive. But I do think that there is a like among gamers TM, like
Hmm.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean.
Yeah.
There is a prestige, I guess,
Hmm.
to mastery. There is a pride to get good.
Yeah.
Which is also why there tends to be a backlash when critics of FromSoft games, again, that's like Dark Souls, that's
Hmm.
Bloodborne, that's Elden Ring, when critics of those games go like, "Hey, I wish there were more accessibility options. I wish there was a way to tone down the difficulty." Because the reactions are typically like, no, these games are supposed to be incredibly hard. That's a part of the game. And you gotta just get good or don't play. And I get it, but
Disagree.
I don't agree. Not
That
because
takes away.
yeah, I just don't think it takes it away. But a
No.
lot of people genuinely believe that if you lower the difficulty at all, it takes something away. And even outside of lower the difficulty, you can't pause in those games.
I don't like
Yes.
that.
And
That's
people
only
are like,
ADHD. I
"Hey,
don't like
I
that.
just kind of wish these games could pause." And people are like, "No. No, you can't have them pause. That just makes it too easy. You're taking away
What?
from the experience if you pause." And
Damn, can a
I don't
nigga
know,
get a cup
man.
of water?
Can I exactly? They're like, "Well, just die and go back."
And
But
die of
like
thirst. The fuck?
whatever. No, like no, like die in the game and reset. Like start an
I
attempt
see you
over
saying.
again. It's like, no, you should have thought of that, I guess. I don't know. I just don't agree with it, but I do think on the reparative read of it, I understand trying to look at those games from an artistic point of view and going, this is a part of the artistry. Sure, totally. However, also on the more cynical read of it, some of you only have pride in video games, and it feels like to give an option to reduce things, it is making you feel lesser. And that's something you
Yeah.
should talk about to your therapist.
it's a purely personal problem. Well, I mean, a personal problem that other people have, but it's
PPP. You down with PPP? Wait, isn't that a loan? PPP loan? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, hella niggas was scamming with the PPP loans during COVID.
Yeah.
For falsifying businesses. And you know what? Back even on the Spider-Man, I was like, in theory, I would like to be able to play friendly. And then after I'm done, I would like to do an amazing run, once I learn the mechanics more. So I can totally see, the appreciation and being able to get good, and then you can play at like a higher level and whatnot. But also I'm like, of course I'm a story girl. So at least when I initially play a game, I'm all about learning, going through the story, appreciating the artwork, and fighting is fun. I actually think the fighting mechanics in Spider-Man are super fun. It's really fun.
Have you played any of the Batman Arkham?
I have not.
Games? It's not exactly the same. Spider-Man's like noticeably faster, but that same rhythm of like combo and then reacting to like the counterattack with a symbol over the head. I'm pretty sure it was not started with the Arkham games, but that's definitely the series that popularized that kind of combat.
I really like it, especially as someone who would play games with my brothers, and the only way to really be good, I felt, was when we were playing fighting games, I was pressing hella keys. I didn't know no combos. There was no time for me to learn nothing. I'm like, I just gotta beat this nigga. Like, that was my approach to, like your Capcom games and your Mortal Kombats and all that. But like now, I'm really sitting there like, wow, I'm like learning combos and different moves.
And it feels good.
Yeah, it feels good to learn.
It's a game that makes you really feel like Spider-Man.
I actually do. And also,
but unironically,
Peter Parker has always been my favorite Marvel hero, like even back in high school and whatnot.
Don't take this the wrong way. Very safe opinion.
Really?
I mean, he's always been my favorite. I've always adored Spider-Man, but also Spider-Man is like probably the single most popular character in Marvel. Maybe under Wolverine, but I doubt it. I'm pretty sure it's just Spider-Man.
I love that. He deserves it.
People will talk about the like Mount Rushmore of superheroes, and it's always Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and then a girl that a lot of people can't decide on, even though it's definitely Wonder Woman. Like,
it's definitely Wonder Woman.
People are like,
She's
no.
Maybe
it's Wolverine. Maybe it's Wonder Woman. It's 3 DC. Oh, that was a shocker. It's 3 DC heroes and Spider-Man, and there's a reason why he's the only Marvel character that makes most people's Rushmore.
Because I feel like DC struggles to be consistent with the quality of their movies.
Their live action movies, specifically.
The live action. Oops, my bad.
Because the animated movies,
the animators are heat.
They're good. They're awesome.
Like, I heard good things about like Young Justice and
the Young Justice series. So good, so good, so good. It got canceled like 3 times, and it's like 4 seasons, 4 seasons, I believe, over like a decade. Because they did season 1, and then they did season 2, and then it got canceled, and then it got revived, and then it did season 3, and then it got canceled, and then something HBO Max, it got revived again, did a season 4, and then it got canceled, and then the Warner Brothers merger happened, and then it just kind of fell into the ether. But now that someone else might buy HBO, which I don't want to happen, the bright side is there's another chance of Young Justice season 5. Woo!
To happen, and then that'd be cool. Again. But I hope not.
Because season 4 ended on like a major cliffhanger and a major setup for what the next arc is gonna be, and then it doesn't exist.
There, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but yeah, Young Justice good. Young Justice good. Batman: Arkham Asylum good. Spider-Man good. We should play Arkham Asylum
for sure.
Why were we talking about the New Year's plans? I didn't do anything.
Sometimes that's the best thing you could do on like
I didn't do anything for New Year's. I didn't feel well. I've been having a hard time sleeping, and so I went to bed at 11. I have been reading. That's what I did a lot yesterday. I've been reading a lot of I've been reading Kagurabachi, which is a manga.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
started that when it came out, but I didn't. I need to
yeah,
catch
yeah,
up.
yeah. I tried starting it when it first came out because there were a
And you're
bunch
like,
of
what the
memes
fuck?
about it on TikTok. Like there are tons of memes about Kagurabachi on TikTok.
I
I
would
couldn't
say,
recite any of them
yeah,
for you, but because I don't remember.
the intro
Sorry, go
was
ahead.
very jarring for me. At least how like you're immediately into action,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine in retrospect. But I was like,
I didn't like it
goddamn.
at first. I tried to read it like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, this is kind of boring and generic, and so I stopped watching. I stopped reading. Then I
But
tried
then
it
it got better.
again last year, and then I stopped reading again, and I tried again now. I'm going. It does get better. I don't love the main character. Like I don't really love any characters. I think what's her name, Char, the girl. She
Mhm.
is the most endearing thus far. Um, and I'm ready for Mr. Shiba to do something because he seems like he got hands, and I'm only on chapter 22 or something like that.
I do fine. Maybe because I'm a shoujo girly. In practice,
Sure.
like in my history, I do find I struggle sometimes with how shonen starts because it just feels like there's a lack of characterization. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Sure.
it's just like punch punch. Oh, wait,
All right.
you're back.
Sorry about that. That was the weird hiccup with the wiring.
No, it's okay.
That's okay. What were we talking about? Kagurabachi?
Yeah. I was saying how.
Sojo fans. You're historically Sojo girly. You're an
Yeah,
HSG. Um,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I struggle sometimes with how, especially how shonen starts. There's just a lack of characterization. I
Yeah.
find you just know this nigga, his dad finna die. He finna go through some shit,
Uh-huh.
and then he's gonna have to start fighting like out the gate. That's all you know about him.
I mean, but
That
that's a
he is
lot of stuff, not just shonen battle shonens. Like
okay.
that's a way to describe a lot of movies and such too.
True, but I get you.
But
But
I think in
the
shojos
genre,
there's an expectation that they're going to be talking a lot
yeah.
more. And so there's a little more necessity to have a person's personality figured out.
But then I
Yeah.
feel like I read like Chainsaw Man, and I'm like Denji. I know exactly who the fuck
Yeah.
Denji is.
Yeah, but
They-
Tatsuki Fujimoto is a fucking brilliant man, sad man.
I have to say, when I was finding out about him and like his relationship with women, I'm like, wow, no wonder he writes so well.
What does that mean? What's going
I
on
just heard
Tatsuki Fujimoto and women?
essentially he likes women who like to bully him a little bit. So one time I think
Period. Okay.
this girl pushed his bike over, and he liked that shit.
A man
That's
after
what I
my
read.
own heart. Oh, that's why he's the goat. He's my
But
favorite.
then you see how he writes his women, you're like, wow, that's
Yeah.
why they're so compelling.
And a lot of them are fucking heinous.
Yeah, they're awful, and I
so
love it.
many of the women in his
They're
the few
bad.
that I've read and consumed, evil.
Evil, and they're so well written. They're just
Yeah.
so
Have
I
you
love
done
it.
have you done the I don't know if it's a one shot, but it's like a single volume. It's called Goodbye Airy.
No, but you told me about it. You
Oh,
told me
have
to read
I?
it.
All right. I don't need
Yeah.
to go read Goodbye Airy. Really good. If you like Chainsaw Man, you'll like this probably.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard it was like also like I don't know if it was that, but his stuff has a lot of queer undertones, or not even undertones. It's
Yeah.
very overtone giving. I'm
Yeah.
like, I like you.
With me when my queer is overtoned. Yeah.
She queer my overtone, and never mind. No.
She tone over my queer till I Tatsuki Fujimoto.
Yes.
There it is.
Perfect. There we go.
Okay. All right, let's get into the main event. The best thing that we both did to close out the new year is finish Vince Gilligan's Pluribus on Apple TV.
So goddamn good.
Pluribus is so good. Pluribus is so good. We're gonna say a lot about it. Go watch it and come back if you don't want to be spoiled. It is better to go in not knowing anything or
Yeah,
keep
do that.
watching. Hey guys, stay here. Anyway, Pluribus. Give me the I'm pretty sure that the synopsis that is given is the most miserable woman on earth has to save the planet, save the world from happiness. And that is a good way to describe it, and also doesn't capture at all what the show's about.
No. I think it's a good way to go in not fully blind, but just in like a brief surface level understanding. And honestly, I think that's maybe how the wait, do we have a name for the collective? I'm blanking now.
They call them the others. I've always said the hive mind,
The Hive,
because
you can call them the Hive
the
mind.
people. So just spoilers, warning,
Spoiler
spoilers. Pluribus is about a like alien virus that spreads and infects everybody on Earth, and infects them with like connects them to each other. They become this like hive mind thing. And they're all just perpetually happy and like amenable, except for a woman named Carol, who is a like romantasy smut author that hates her books. Go ahead.
You also find out there are like 11 other people who it did not work on.
Yeah.
Not super clear why it didn't work on any of them, but that's
RNG,
also
I
what the
guess.
alien entity is trying to find out. But we're focusing on, of course, a girl.
Carol, played by
Rhea Seahorn. She's also in Better Call Saul,
Rhea
the
Seahorn.
spinoff of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Also a great show, I heard. I've only seen
So
Breaking
Vince
Bad.
Gilligan?
Gilligan or Gillian? I don't remember. Sorry, man. Let's Vince
Gilligan.
Vince
Gilligan. If I said Gillian earlier, oops. Vince Gilligan, who did Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
So his pen is lethal.
Yeah, no, he's crazy. I've not seen either of those. I haven't seen either of those. I'm gonna go back and watch. I've always known I was gonna go back and watch. Yeah. But when Breaking Bad came out, I was in high school, and I'm pretty sure I've said this exact thing on the podcast before, but I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it because I was super contrarian when I was a teenager, and a bunch of people that I thought that I was better than really liked the show, and so I was like, well, it can't be that good. You like it, like that kind of affect.
Yeah.
But I understand it's a great show, and I'm sure I'll really like it. And I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Write me down. 2026 resolution: watch Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know you said something about romantasy.
Yeah. So really Carol's a romantasy writer,
and she's miserable.
She's miserable, which like I get it. I fucking get it. I get it. I'm glad so many people, predominantly women, have found a mode that helps them read significantly more than they would have otherwise. Because read books. However, I wish it weren't that genre weren't so prevalent, not because I dislike it, but because from the outside looking in, it seems stagnant.
I think I could say a little more about this.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the problems with romantasy is the nature of the genre, and of course, there have been books geared towards women for as long as, for a long time. But the problem I think with romantasy is the idea that you're writing for an audience, which of course you're always writing for a specific audience, but it's like
write for an audience.
Catering. It's the catering and specifically writing things because you want to be received a certain way by this like romantasy audience. So it's less about, I'm writing a book and, people might read it. But like, there's like even like tropes. There's like the tropification of novels. Everybody has like these spoon-fed tropes just listed upon their book.
If it fits into this puzzle piece, then I like it, and if it doesn't, then I don't. And it doesn't matter what is actually on the page. Yeah. And I think that's bad. I actually think
it's bad to pick books based on tropes you like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, I might get me
I get what you mean.
an
But say it
enemies to
anyway.
lovers. I
Uh-huh.
might watch Bridgerton, the second season, because I like enemies to lovers.
Period.
But I don't have my hand listed pick of or like forced proximity. Love triangle.
Friends
blah blah
to
blah.
lovers.
Yeah. What is the fun in that?
Student
Of just reading and
teacher.
knowing exactly how everything is gonna go. There's no elements of surprise, and that's fine. I like a Hallmark and a Lifetime movie. You know how those are usually gonna go. But
they're safe. Like I get the appeal. It's the same reason that like TikTok is as popular. It is safe, repetitive dopamine hits that I don't have to think too much about, that will get me through the day in this capitalistic hellscape. I totally get it. But I like art. and I wish there was more of a demand for I don't want to say elevation, but experimentation. Yeah.
Like I actually read this book that was going viral on Book Talk. I don't think it's romantasy. It's fantasy and it has some romance elements, but it's not romantasy. It's called Gideon the Ninth. It was the really big lesbian space odyssey book that came out a few years ago. And I'm like, wow, I really like this. I like the world building. I like being surprised and disappointed about, certain characters. And there was a really big plot twist at the end about the main character. And I was like, oh shit. I could have never got that if it was just, I don't know, a romantasy book,
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
And I do want to get back to Pluribus, but I have a question. I have seen increasingly so over the last few months, definitely, but years generally, this uptick in people saying, like, if X media isn't gay, then I won't consume it. Which, first, I just want to say, anyone is more than welcome to do that. No one has to like anything for any reason. You don't need a reason to dislike anything. But I don't get it at all, because there's so much stuff that is good that has nothing to do with romance. And I don't know. Can you speak on that?
I can tell you my stance on this. I disagree, but at least how I was socialized and what I was reading growing up, so much of the fun gay stuff, as someone who loves gay stuff, was found through like subtext and stuff that probably traditionally was not usually read as gay. Like there was so much fun in like shipping, I don't know, shipping characters you knew were actually not going to get together, but they had like, potential romantic tension. And I love reading books that are like actually gay just as much. But to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all are too easy. Which,
is that what it is? It's like, again, like anything you want or dislike anything you want. That's totally fine. But like, that's all you demand of these like cultural artifacts, these microcosms of your culture, is that you need two dudes to kiss?
Yeah, I'm like,
get up.
One of the biggest, most popular anime ships. Okay, did you ever watch Attack on Titan?
I've seen the first 2.5 seasons.
Me too. I've seen around that same.
I thought the first season's great, and I thought the second season was boring. But I know the back three are apparently heat. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Anyway, Attack on Titan.
When it first dropped, and when I was in high school, I was a huge Gene Marco shipper. Fun fact:
Gene is the coward. Yeah.
He's the one who
he's like tall, and he was really scared.
He ends up with Mikasa or whatever. I don't know. What the fuck
yeah.
And Marco's the one who dies. Like, he's gone.
Like after less than halfway through the first season.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
but that was one of the most popular ships in the fandom. It was those two. There was hella fan fiction.
Ships from what? Those first few episodes? First few episodes that we saw them near each other?
Yep, that's all it took. Is the brief, the slight, there was some touching, maybe a hug. There was, of course, the opposites sort of vibes, and Gene's an asshole and Marco's very sweet, so,
Okay. But we don't know, like, Marco is there to die.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a personality. Like he's barely
Well,
a
I mean, you
character.
get like basic personality traits, you know.
He's a piece. I mean, I get they're all pieces, but like
He's nice, he's bubbly,
okay.
he's very his personality, you can see the distinctions between his personality from Gene and also Marco. Let me also add we were young. But
We were young. Okay, I'm
my
sorry.
larger point is that sometimes the most fun you have shipping is where there's not like a ship at all. It's because, you know, a bunch of
Yeah.
people came together and found these characters and were like, oh my God, imagine if they could have, you know, kept going. Imagine if Marco had died within 5 minutes, you know? So, you
Okay.
know,
That does not compute, but like more power
well, I
to
mean, you don't
you.
have to get the ship, but all of this to say is that sometimes the most fun you may have is just shipping, not necessarily
Yeah.
like there's also fun for ships to actually become something, people to actually date and whatnot, but it's also fun to do the latter. So I think, you know, the demands that like, oh, everybody has to kiss and that's the only way we can like get gay dynamics in anything is like super romantic, overt, fanficky, even vibes of things. I'm like, no,
Okay.
learn to yearn.
Learn to yearn. Speaking of yearning, Carol. Pluribus. Pluribus. Pluribus.
Okay,
Technical
you're
difficulties.
recording now. Okay.
Pluribus. Okay. One of the things, so Pluribus, this alien hive mind, one of the things that I've seen people say Vince Gilligan has said, I haven't looked into it, but I can see it clearly based on just themes and the way that the show shot. So much of Pluribus is a direct commentary on the way AI is
Yeah, absolutely.
forming in our lives.
Absolutely.
This like all-knowing entity that whose only drive is to serve us / transform us into them.
Yes.
Waiting on every whim of yours. I think it really
And also
resonated. Yeah.
the abundant positivity.
Yeah.
Like you can't make like ChatGPT say negative. But it
Yeah.
also at the same turn, you can say negative things to ChatGPT and it just doesn't know
Yeah.
how to respond.
It
Like,
doesn't.
hey
Yeah.
Chat, I'm gonna kill myself.
It doesn't there's an episode where the Hive does not understand the sarcasm that Carol gives, and so they take a request for a hand grenade seriously because they can't suffer the difference, and so their inability to, like so because of this virus, it's not just everybody on the planet is like connected. Everybody's like individuality is gone. There is just them, right? They all speak in plural. That's only we. It's us. They so much of that process of them hijacking these people is them erasing their like the human parts. And part of that is language and communication and the nuances of it. And AI is, because it can't understand the nuance, it is dangerous in the way that it can just bring you a hand grenade, you know? And that's miserable. AI bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I think also it was necessary to have someone other than Carol who is not affected at the hive mind, because I feel like it gives an accurate depiction of how people regard the people around them. Even
so many of
like,
so many of the other survivors were just like, this is fine. This is better even. This is good.
As long as I have my I think of the mom with her family,
Lakshmi.
and Lakshmi, and she's just like, okay, my family's here, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter that her family's not her family. It's just that they still represent. They're still physically her family.
As long as I get to keep my like sphere of comfort, I don't care what happens to the world.
Yeah, which is wild. I'm even thinking about like, oh, what if my family and friends turned into the hive mind? And I'm like, wow, I can't imagine a life without my brother like getting on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's creepy. It's
Mm-hmm.
creepy to me.
Yeah.
The thought of everyone being agreeable
Yeah.
and nice to each other just at all times. It sounds terrible.
Not that agreeability is inherently wrong. Like, yeah, so there has been a vocal minority of people that are like, the hive is good, actually.
Oh
Right?
wow.
There's no war, there's no racism, there's no like assault or anything like that. And everybody feels empathy. Sure, but not really. Like,
Not
those
really.
people don't exist anymore. Like, they are gone. It's like, to me, it's like saying we're gonna cure this man's sickness by unaliving him.
Yeah, by erasing him.
Yeah, he's
seems
cured.
like yeah.
Everyone's gone. He's cured, right?
Like
And
they're probably like,
yeah,
wow, there's no serial killers. There's no,
yeah,
people who
literally,
are
yeah,
bad, quote unquote.
yeah, bad, yeah, whatever. Yes, and I think that is one, wrong, and then like not like ethically wrong, just like factually wrong. But also it's you're saying that because the important part of you is your sphere, is the comfort. I'm not saying I want people to be miserable, but that is a part of life. And if the goal is to just be happy, like, and sedated, really sedated
Hmm.
24/7,
Sedated's a good word
then
for it.
when does your life start? When do you live? When does life happen? Right? If and I would say, I would ask, are you just comfortable being sedated 24/7? And some people probably are. Some
Yeah,
people crave
absolutely.
it. They don't want to deal with anything. Which is like,
I think
well, I get it. Yeah.
I think that I forgot his name too. The guy who has all the women with him.
Diabate?
Yeah, and
Diabate?
I love his character.
I
Because
love his character, but also he is gross and disgusting. And
he's gross.
I wish he would
He's
stop doing
absolutely
that.
gross.
Because,
Like,
yeah.
but I think
Yeah.
it's a good representation of like I think what many men would regard the hive mind as. Like, wow, now I can just get anybody I want. I can get whatever I want and just have anything. And I don't actually, need other people who, can think for themselves
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot because it's just me.
Yeah.
And that's what Gooning wants you. Just kidding.
No, but yes, but like literally yes. And like one of the things I've seen comments that were like, specifically, this world is better because there's no sexual assault. And I'm like, I mean,
What?
he's sexually assaulting these people. The hive
How
is
can you
sexually
consent?
assaulting these people.
Yeah.
Right? None of these people are consenting to. Oh, but no, but they are consenting. The hive is saying yes. Those aren't their bodies. The person who owned the body, the person whose body that is, does not consent. They aren't consenting.
We saw one person consent to the hive mind, which actually that was such a great scene with the baby goat.
Haunting scene.
First of all, I was so sad for the baby. I was like, oh my god.
When
the baby goat is running after her, and it's like, "Bad, please." But yeah, like that.
They do this thing with the baby goat where they get it to stop on a mark, and I'm just like, how did they possibly
train the baby goat?
Like, how did they? I mean, I'm sure it exists, but like, I'm so confused by how they got this baby goat to understand its
smart ass baby goat. I love that.
Smarter than me.
Smarter than me for sure.
For sure. But yeah,
and I love how we see when the hive. Also, the hive is really sinister in ways that when they abandoned Carol, well,
yeah,
they were like, we have to go away from you, Carol. Like, we're still gonna give you what you need, but
there's a scene where Carol pushes like one of the bodies of the hive too far, trying to get answers from it, and it goes like, hey, we're going to isolate you. We are going to all leave you, and you are going to be completely alone for what? What was it?
It was
40
like
days?
2 months?
Was it 2 months? Three months? A few months.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
To have no human contact at all.
Yeah. And
even manufactured human contact.
Yeah.
With the hive.
it was enough to get her to want the Hive to come back after her being so anti-Hive for the first few episodes. And it's like, that's what's happening in real life now. Like, so much of the internet, so much of like this hellish late state capitalism that we're in is about isolating us from each other. Like, corporate overlords, fascistic overlords, Peter Thiel in Minecraft, wants us to be isolated. The powers that be wants us to be separated because, one, if we're separated, we don't hit class consciousness. But then two, then they get to sell us the antidote. In this case, AI. And like, we get to see how her being isolated, which is torture, by the way. She was quite literally tortured by the Hive. We get to see how this form of torture led her to not just want the Hive to come back, but to open herself up emotionally, codependently to this thing.
We saw how she was defending the Hive when Manusos came. Also, my favorite character.
Easily my favorite character.
Yeah.
He's locked the fuck in. And everyone else needs to be on that wave.
And I feel like you can tell he was some sort of, I don't know, conspiracist guy, a guy who was used to being in isolation.
Yeah.
You know, by his job and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Hive leaving him the fuck alone was the way he interpreted that differently than, you know, than Carol.
Yeah.
We see it, but you know, he's but I get it. He's built for it in a way that she was not. But what was I gonna say? I don't remember.
Oh, in Pluribus, the Hive is sinister. And with the isolation, they use that isolation to get her to come back, and in that they get her to they manipulate her. They manipulate Carol into kind of falling in love with it,
with Zosha,
Zosha, the body Zosha. That is Zosha, right? And I think one thing that I thought was so spot on in the allegory for generative AI, Carol demands Zosha, them, to use singular pronouns. Why is everything a we? Use I. And so the Hive mind, as Zosha, learn to use I pronouns, right? Because it makes Carol feel better. It lulls her into a sense of security, which is a thing that Gen AI does now. Like, Gen AI is a mirror. You get what you give to it. And people have taught their chat GPTs to talk fucking filthy to them, to be romantic.
I know, like, my sister, she's not like dating her chat GPT.
Sure.
But it'll be like, hey girl, you know, it'll talk to her like it's a homegirl or something. Like,
what's up?
Taught it.
What's up?
I don't know if it could be like, sup, nigga.
I'm sure it can.
I bet you if you find the right one.
Yeah.
But it's like, you can customize, and it gives you the false sense that, like, oh, I'm talking to a person-like entity.
Yeah. And it's addictive, and it's manipulative, and that is a part of the model. And there's a reason why these tools are free, because we are the products. It's harvesting in real life. Gen AI is harvesting our information to sell to the corporate donors, so that way they can keep us sedated to get even more money from us. And it's miserable, and I feel bad. Just like watching the show, seeing Carol get sucked in to this thing.
And you know what? That moment, which I loved, is one of my favorite lines, when she's talking to the Hive mind, and they say something along the lines of, you know, we love you the same as we love Manusos.
Yeah.
And Carol's just like,
yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. Like, what?
You can't love him the same as me.
Yeah.
Like, you was just cracking my shit. Like, you love us the same? Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, there's
a thing, there's a sound.
Sorry, it's like my Discord. Shut up. Hold on.
Yeah, mute that.
Let me turn my notifications on.
Yeah, leave all this in too. This is the real experience. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the raw me.
This is us raw. This is Black Nerdy Scholars uncut, unedited, unfiltered, hot bothered. Or not that.
We're starting to sound like a Girls Gone Wild video.
Woo! I don't have the
Okay, I
confidence to do
think
that.
I should be good.
Okay,
I don't know why everybody wanted to message me at the same
because
time.
you're so popular. Speaking of Girls Gone Wild, it seems like a lot of people's biggest complaint about the show is Carol.
Which is, oh
It's
my
still
god,
going.
hold on.
Ah, leave all this in.
Oh, oops. I just saw the turn
There
off all notifications for Discord.
it
Okay,
is.
we good now.
People don't
It's
seem to like
Carol.
Carol because she is miserable, and
She's,
that is on purpose. But
yeah.
that doesn't mean you have to like her. However, it does seem like a lot of people are missing the point in their disdain for her.
Yeah.
There's a lot about the show that is intentionally aggravating, like the voicemail that the Hive leaves, right? We're sorry, Carol.
Yeah.
Right? And how it plays out the whole time. It's meant to be monotonous and repetitive, and
that was one of my favorite because it was just so haunting, just
yeah,
and maddening hearing that over and over again. And even with Carol, I'm like, okay, can we remember who she is though?
yeah,
She's a wealthy white,
yeah,
she's a wealthy white lesbian.
yep, yeah,
So I feel like her class, we see her class and her status, and I think there was like intentional
yeah,
commentary on that.
yeah,
Like we see that especially with her interactions with Manusos. I feel like
yeah.
when we get him with her, we're like, oh shit, like her white lady
Yeah.
class.
There is a like I don't know how else to describe it other than like a white ladiness to the way she spoke to him, specifically
Yeah.
in the way that she went about using the Spanish that she knew. Like I
Yeah.
kudos for trying. Good on you for trying. But there was such a condescension
Yes.
and an disinterest. One, because she was already she was cooked by the Hive. Like the Hive got her.
And I mean, Zosha is fine. Like I get it. I get.
Can I make a
that.
prediction?
Yeah.
Can I make a prediction about
Do it.
Pluribus? I think so. I heard. I did not look this up. This is unclear, and I'm not going to look it up now. Whoever's editing, look it up and put a thing up there. I've heard the intention is 4 seasons for this.
Okay.
Right. I'm sure, just because I've seen TV, I've read books, I've watched movies. They will figure out a way to turn. I'm willing to bet. My prediction is that they will free Zosha.
I think
and Carol is gonna have to get along with Zosha, and then there's still gonna be the chance of a real romance between those two, except with the real autonomous person. Is what I think is gonna happen.
I would like to see.
Oh yeah,
work out.
yeah. Oh, they're gonna kiss. Girl kisser.
But for real, not
for fake. Yeah,
not for fake, for real.
I really like. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to talk about Manusos again. Because I felt like the white ladiness came out when she was talking about how like, oh, the Hive men can't be bad. They don't kill. Like they can't kill animals. Like they can't even kill animals to like feed people. And then Manusos is like, is it
not evil to value a human life as much as an ant's? I believe is the
which I was like, damn.
One, that's a bar. But two, I don't know if I agree. I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't describe that as evil. However, I think the sentiment he's speaking to would be evil, right? Because I think in his mind, it's like to devalue humans to a point where it is beneath them. But like, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong. Or maybe this part of it is like the individuality. I don't think there's anything wrong for an individual to think about one's like using the literal like an ant, that like we are both nature, we are both of the earth, we are both of like the universe, our lives have the same value, sure, but a community of people that views like I don't even know how to describe it. There's something about the hive mindedness. Yeah,
PETA. I was thinking about Peter. Like,
say more. Oh, like the government agency, not like Peter, like
animal
PETA.
rights.
Okay, say more still.
I don't know. I think about how into I was gonna say how into animal rights they are, but it's more sinister than that.
Yeah,
It's more
it's
than
an
being
incredibly
like,
sinister.
no,
Like the organization
don't,
is awful.
yeah, and weirdly sexist and like and just how they. It just reminds me of how they always say white people really like animals, but
Huh?
they don't like black people.
I can't. What is it? What is it from Community? I can excuse racism, but I draw the line at animal cruelty.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's exactly what I'm thinking
yeah,
of
yeah.
when I think of
You can excuse
Manuso's
racism.
quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think of his quote about the ants, like I'm seeing a connection there between Community and Manuso's.
Yeah.
He would like that. Or wait, no, he wouldn't like that.
There
There's
is
a
one thing
problem
about the
with that.
Hive when it comes to like the evilness, the sinisterness of the Hive that I want to draw attention to.
Do it.
Have you seen Sense8?
Yeah, I love Sense8.
Okay.
I love that fucking show.
Sense8 is a Netflix show from like 2018 or something. It was old. It's wow. Actually, it was probably like 2014. It was old. It was probably closer to 2014.
Ago.
It got 2 seasons in a movie.
The sisters.
By the Wachowski sisters who did The Matrix.
Yes.
And it is this story about like acceptance and love and identity through this like pod of people that are connected. They are a hive together. And one of the things I kept thinking about was I kept trying to juxtapose those two texts, which are both about like interconnected brains.
Yeah.
And just literally the differences are like the Hive is a third party that takes over the whole world. Whereas in
Completely loses individuality.
Whereas in Sensei, it is 8 individuals that go through life as individuals before being connected by something innate to them, as opposed to a third party, in which it is them sharing their individuality. And I really think individuality is like the distinction. Like I'm an optimist. I choose optimism. I genuinely believe we can get to a point as a species, maybe not anytime soon, where we can eradicate like war and racism and sexism and all that stuff with a lot of maintained effort over a long period of time. Some people don't. That's fine. I get it. Like there's power in pessimism, but there's also power in optimism.
Yeah. It's also less miserable.
It's less miserable. Or it can be. But
when you don't take it to the extreme.
When you don't take it to the extreme. There is something
mind-numbing, hive mind extreme.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
No, yeah. Oh, yes, go on. Yeah. Say more.
Yeah. Because, I like to be optimistic. I do think there's such thing as too much, and that's when you get into the hive mind territory and the chat GPT territory. It's like, because it's like to the point where it requires you to like neglect almost like a human part of you, like the part of you that feels things that are not always going to be good. Not because, like bad things are happening, like extremely bad events are happening to you or anything, but just because being sad, a little salty is like part of life.
It is a part of life. A lot of people spend a lot of time trying to figure out ways to erase those feelings, but the best way to deal with them is to feel them.
Yeah, like when I got salty, when people take up the whole sidewalk, that gets on my nerves, that irritates me.
The thing that I've started doing is just saying those feelings out loud.
Yeah.
This annoys me. I am annoyed by this.
Yeah.
Just like let it out. And even if it's not gone, like
it'll be gone eventually.
It'll be gone eventually. It's a lot of this. We're not talking about this. We're talking about this. Life are the ups and downs. But with the comparison to Sense8, it's like functionally the sensate-ness of the 8 in a pod. And in Sense8, like there are 8 to a pod, but also there are a bunch of other pods, and people in pods can connect with individuals in other pods. So like there is a large scale to it, but they're in small chunks. Whereas the hive mind, again, I think a big part of it is the third party, and it is this invading thing. But it's so many people to the point where I want to ask, like, At what point is a hive mind too many people?
Yeah.
At what point does it stop being like, oh, this is interesting, or even like powerful or covetable, and become, oh no, this is a threat. This is sinister and dangerous.
I feel like that's a hard question. But I'm thinking about maybe a different way to measure it even.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like what sticks out, the big difference between like the sensei hive mind and the pluribus hive mind is that it's the hive comes but not at the cost of the individual. Like they're
And
still
sensei,
feeling all the feels that they all feel, but like
yes,
that you're feeling everything.
yeah.
You're just and I feel like that's how I think of it differently. But I imagine if you were balancing a hive mind and pluribus where everybody feels everything, then they wouldn't be able to have the collective in the same way, which is also, of course, why ChatGPT is just so limited in its expression. Like you could teach it how to talk like you,
But it's
it
like
can't.
emulating a thing that you taught him.
Yeah.
It is not learning.
Which is why I bet you if I went into ChatGPT right now and try to get it to talk with like AVE or African American vernacular, it would be terrible. AAVE.
AAVE stands for African American Vernacular English.
Vernacular English, formerly known as Ebonics.
Formerly known as Ebonics. Or BVE, Black Vernacular English. Anyway.
I like that one.
This has been your deep voice corner.
Not the deep. Oh no, I'm not even gonna try making a deep voice. Also, oh no, now I'm thinking about the deep from The Boys. Ew, I hate him.
I've only seen the first season of The Boys. No, I've seen the second season.
I gotta say, I love
like it. I don't like The Boys.
I like it, but it's really boy shit
It is very boy shit, and I also I do think I'm just a little pretentious, and I feel like it is not beneath me. It is not beneath me. God, that is not true. I value a lot of different things. It feels like its intended audience.
Punch, boy.
Yeah, it has less values, nuance, and theme, and
they need some girly shit in there.
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like maybe that's why I prefer like Invincible to like The Boys.
I also have only seen the first 2 seasons of Invincible. I don't like Invincible. Maybe the issue is not The Boys Invincible. Maybe I just don't like these like what if Superman but dark stories, because like fair. I don't like that reading of Superman. Like that's part of the reason why I like the newer DC the James Gunn Superman. Because he's about, in my mind, my understanding of Superman, he is about hope, and he is about saving and protection and belief and freedom and all these things. Go ahead.
I think my lack of DC knowledge maybe changed how I like approach. I can't say this for The Boys at all, but how I thought of Invincible, because I'm like, wow, imagine you have like an amoral, fucked up alien father who you just thought was like a dad all this time, and it's like, oh no, this nigga's really like a fucking apathetic, evil ass alien. And I'm like, oh, and he's just a boy.
Yeah. I do vastly prefer Invincible over The Boys. I just don't like The Boys, and I don't know. I get kind of bored by Invincible. I do value it as adult animation or Western animation. In my mind, it is a cheeseburger anime. And I like those. Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it.
Oh, so I saw a tweet or a Tumblr post from like a decade ago is where I got Cheeseburger Anime from. And the idea of it is like spaghetti western, like the Fistful series with like Clint Eastwood and stuff like that, which were inspired by the original set, I believe, of spaghetti westerns. They're called spaghetti westerns because they were westerns made by Italian directors. Italian director in particular.
Ask about the spaghetti.
That's why they're called spaghetti westerns, which is one, that's fucked up way to describe it, and two, so efficient of a way to describe it that we should do it more. And so I like that in the original post that I've really vibed with. They're like, we should start calling things like Avatar, The Last Airbender, cheeseburger animes, where it's like, yes, it is not a Japanese anime, but it's like, what if America did an anime in the way of what if Italy did a Western?
I see.
Yeah, so I think Avatar's a cheeseburger anime. I think Invincible's a cheeseburger anime.
Sure.
Stuff like Devil May Cry, Castlevania, that's a cheeseburger anime. I'm trying to think of some more.
I'm like Boondocks. Well,
I wouldn't call that a cheeseburger anime. I think that is a comedy that
I
has
think
a lot
it
of
pays
inspiration.
too much of a, but I do feel like the Boondocks pays too much homage to like actual anime.
Yeah, there is a lot of respect for it, but I would not.
You could tell that nigga loves Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop.
Hey, I do too.
Shit.
I love those things. They're so good.
My last thing about Pluribus, which I know you won't agree with, but I was interested. Oh no, I don't agree with it either.
Okay.
But no, I heard a lot of people saying it was too slow, which I thought that was interesting.
I heard that complaint. I loved it. I loved the slowness.
The pacing was fantastic.
Because it wasn't just like, oh, nothing's happening. What was happening is like incredible shots, incredible use of score, incredible color grading. There was little things.
They captured her isolation perfectly.
They captured the isolation. I didn't think it was. I was surprised that people described it as slow.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I thought this was great. I thought it was near perfect first season of television. I hope it keeps it up, but it seems like the track record is there. I didn't find it slow at all.
Me either.
Yeah.
I think there is a problem with how a lot of people,
they're on that damn phone. That damn phone.
The instant gratification and everything. Nobody wants to be uncomfortable with like a scene or just about where things might go and live in suspense. They don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah. Well, to leave you guys in suspense, to leave everyone in suspense, Elia, where can they find us?
You can find us on any place that has podcasts, as well as Blue Sky and TikTok at Black Nerdy Scholars. Oh, and you can also find us on Patreon.
And Patreon, we do a after show called Office Hours, where it's the show after the show. We're a little more risque. We're a little less. What's the word I'm looking for? We're a little less protective of how we speak. We just hang out a little bit more, a little more relaxed. And I'll put a clip of it right here. I understood that there was masturbation. I understood that there was a penile part and a vaginal part, right? And like I knew where they went, but I didn't really understand what that was like, what that was for. And so I thought masturbation equaled watch porn. And so I would play the porn games and not touch myself. I would just be like, oh yeah, I'm masturbating so hard right now. Just like both hands on keyboard, fully clothed. Wow, what a good time. Worth $5 a month on patreon.com. Patreon.com/Black Nerdy Scholars. Support if you can or don't. Do what you want. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. And until we see you next time, stay black, stay nerdy, and read books. Read books.
Maybe not Romantasy.
Or Romantasy. Read that too. That's fine.
Or read Romantasy.
Read books. Read a Romantasy book and not a Romantasy book.
Please don't come for me, Romantasy girls. I can't handle it.
They're coming!